What up, YouTube? I am your host, Mediocre Tutorials and Reviews, back in here with yet one more video. I brought my bro, Kyle. Say what up, yo. How are you, man?
Glad to be here. Glad to shine my light in the world with you. You feel me?
There it is, man. Listen, man, I know I had to get you in here. I wanted to do a very special video with you that I found online. So you know how we're doing these videos on alpha male strategies? Well, all over YouTube, there's these kind of alpha female strategies, and we wanted to bring this video to light, look at the things that she and others are saying, talk about it, start a conversation about it. You know, it's really interesting. I seen a minute of this video that we have coming up here, and it's called How to Use Your Feminine Charm. And I think what's interesting about it is like a lot of the things that you see kind of promoted from like an alpha male strategies, there's women on the internet that are promoting the very exact same things. So this is just like, be prepared out there for all y'all still in the dating game. Just be prepared for things like this. So we're gonna get right in it. Any final words before we get in it, bro?
No, I'm all for it, man. Let's hear what she got to say, and let's see what we got to say.
All right, so without further ado, let's get in it.
You're dating the guy, right? Be a flirty mystery. If a guy can't really figure you out, he's going to try. And that's the goal here, because a lot of the times I get a lot of DMs of ladies telling me, oh my gosh, I was talking to this guy and I got ghosted and all of these things. And there are multiple factors to why that may have been, but we are just way too forthcoming with a lot of information. Myself included, I've been guilty of that. You're just giving up too much. It's kind of like, oh God, where's the wonder? You know, I know everything about you. It's just instinctual to men. They need to chase. Draw him in and then pull away. Skirt, Aisha, what are you talking about? What do you mean? That's playing games. Yes, it's playing games, babe, because it's all about the game. And if you think about it, we are reversing roles. That's not to say have masculine energy. This is still using your feminine energy. So what you're gonna do is you act like you really like him, especially in the beginning. This is exactly what men do. And then pull away. That's exactly what men do. What it's going to do is, instead of you being the one saying, I can't believe he didn't text me back, I can't believe he didn't call me, he didn't even ask me when he's gonna see me the next time, you're the one that's doing that. Not really answering his text messages, or not answering his text messages as fast, very delayed responses, busy if he calls you.
All right, let's try to unpack some of the things that was being said there. I know when I first saw this, I was a little bit like, yo, is this really what the dating game is coming to? Like,
Right.
Is this a normal thing?
Right? It's a strategy to this. You know what I mean? Like, you got to come up with a whole plan on how I approach a person and finagle them.
Listen, yeah, what happened to the days of just like, boy meets girl, girl meets boy, you both like each other, and there's no drama, there's no BS, right? Just genuine intent, like what's up with the pulling, the back, the forth, like it just seems like it's in the air of just wasted time. And you know, is this really what the dating game is like now?
I think there's some dynamics to it that are true. I definitely think that some women do have this strategy and this plan that they put together to get a guy to lust over them. But also, I think a lot of the times, if you are playing a game with a man at that point, at a certain point, I would consider you childish. You know what I mean? Like if you're playing a game to have a man lust over you or whatnot, like at that point, why are we not being direct? Are we not being completely upfront with each other? We're just dating and whatnot, but this game of, I'm gonna wait 30 minutes to respond to him. I'm gonna hit him back in 2 weeks so he can lust over me, so possibly I can get what I want out of him. I think it's kind of childish.
I think it's childish. I think there's probably some psychological benefit to remaining mysterious, but this, I'm guilty of it a little bit too. Like, I might act very interested, and then there's a text, and then I'm kind of like, but I'm busy. Like I'm doing, it's not like I'm looking at the text and I'm like, oh no, I'm not gonna answer this until tomorrow. I'm genuinely busy, right? But the game really comes in when you're not genuine with your time. Where literally you set a timer to that text message for the next day to respond. Like that's where the game comes in. But but this is important to see things like this because this is the space that we all play in.
Yeah, we all in it. We're definitely all in it. I mean, you have to think about the number of people who are going to truly believe in exactly what she's saying. The women that will say, you know what, she's right. I'm about to put this guy on the shot clock. And that's why I always think about LMA. She's putting guys on the shot clock, and they're putting their different tactics out there to see if guys will fall into the pit of it. Yeah. I don't feel like guys specifically have to fall into the pit of a strategy that a woman puts out there. But there are many guys that do because their allure of not having a woman, and now you can possibly have one. I think the allure comes along with it.
I guess. Well, there's a lot of dudes out there who, feel some type of way because the dating game is now like this, right? Like, listen, at the end of the day, it doesn't feel good to be rejected. It doesn't feel good to like put your time into something and then it felt like it was wasted time. You know what I mean? But shame on you. Ain't no life. Ain't no life. We got an audience back here. It's shame on you. Ladies, if this is the advice, you connivers, the nerve.
You know some of us gonna fall for it.
You know some of us gonna fall for it. How dare you not text me back?
Get my old $65 lobster meal.
Listen, show me some respect. Yeah. Show me some guy. I am a man of high value.
With a mindset of abundance.
Of abundance. You know what I mean? Of abundance. All right, let's keep it.
Only being on the phone for a very short time. Hey, I'm so sorry. I'm really busy. Hey, can I call you back at a later time? I'll let you know. I'll text you. Okay, bye. End the phone call. Boom. It's like, wait, I went on a date with this girl, and she seemed like she was really into me, and now all of a sudden she's like not really into me. But
you scoundrel. You scoundrels.
But I would agree that I would think that would almost turn me off. You know what I mean?
Completely.
It's completely gonna turn me off because if I put this time and energy into you and then you not gonna even show that in return, it would turn me off. And no matter, because I think also her tactics work for a weak man, a man that does not have options, a man that cannot get another woman if this girl is too busy or she acts like she doesn't have the time. So I think some of her tactics only work for the men that are looking for that lust compared to the guys that are good where they at and can get something else if they need to.
It's not a dude who's dating multiple women, right? You're not gonna get butthurt if one says to you that I can't go out with you this Friday night. That's fine. But listen, all it is data points. Like, if she's really that busy, if it's added, what does she really do with her time? Now, if she's legit a boss, right? Yeah. Like, if she's legit, listen, I'm busy, but she's got a bomb gig.
I respect it.
Right? She works out like an animal, right? If she's got a kid, whatever it is, if you know she's handling her business, and the data points will show. You'll understand that over a period of time. But if she's every time you get up with her, she's talking about did you see the whole, Love and Hip Hop season?
And her checkpoints would be valid. I got a meeting. I'm going here. I'm going there. I got to get my workout in.
Right.
So, if she, sometimes that mystery will almost put women in the pitfall. So, you want to play this game of not being around. I think some guys like to know about, what you got going on in your day to day, just to see, are you a boss? Are you just really out here playing this game where I'm chasing you off IG and where I met you at or whatnot? So you could be out here living a false life. So we kind of want to know more about you.
Or you get up with them and they don't pick up the phone when you text, and they text you back a day later or 12 hours later, but you get up with them and they checking their phone every 5 minutes. It's just little things like that. You have to be really observant, right? And you feel like if you might, dudes, there's nothing wrong with keeping it logical throughout your dating relationship with these women, in a sense that just collect data points. And at the end of the day, if 1 + 1 doesn't equal 2, then it never should have equaled 2. Yeah. And just move on.
And read body language.
Oh, that's
body language is a big one. I think you can genuinely tell if someone is attracted to you or if they are completely interested in you based off their body language. Because I think words can say one thing, but if a girl doesn't show that she's attracted to you, then most likely she isn't. So I think you got to be able to read body language if you even want to put that much time into someone.
That's true. Well, and also too, I think it's a combo of all of the above because, well, let's say she's an actress. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like proverbially an actress. Like not really. But like let's say she's watching this girl's videos. Like and she's just acting one way but really is another. You know what I mean? Or texting you one way but really is another. Like but you have to be able to take all of these different inputs in to really assess. It's just like a truthful thing that we're going through.
Yeah, but at the same time though, let's be realistic. I mean, that same level of actor has to come into play with you. Because can you put your whole self out there to someone that you have not fully received?
Right.
Yeah. I think there's a certain level of vulnerability.
Listen, you just got to be able to play the game better than her. You know, like that's what I think.
And to the point where the game becomes genuine. And to the point where, all right, we've gotten to this point. All right, I might actually invest true hard,
like time
to see where we're going to be.
Into it.
But I think.
But when do you really know? Like, what is the telltale sign of like, okay, she's genuine? Is it like that she makes time for you? Is it that, you know what I mean? Like, what are those things that you think would solidify worth it?
I would probably say, the checkpoints, the valid checkpoints or the invitation to things that may be important to that person.
Yeah.
If you haven't been in a space with a person and they invite you into their space, I think then at that point they look at you in some level of importance in their life. We're going to dates or we're going to the movies or hockey games, but let's say I invite you to a family kickback or something like that.
Yeah.
That becomes a certain level of importance. So I think it's more about, when I invite you into a space that I'm comfortable with, so I feel like you are at that level of importance.
That's real. All right, well, we're only a couple minutes in. You want to get back in it?
Yeah, sure.
All right, let's see what else you got to lie to y'all about.
The trick in that is, the psychology in that is, it's mixed messages. Because what you're doing is, you're being delayed in your responses, but when you respond, you are engaging. So if he asks you out and says, hey, I really enjoyed hanging out with you last week. I'd love to plan something again. When is the next time that you're free? Oh yeah, oh my gosh, I really had a great time too. I'm not really sure. I'll let you know. You don't let him know. 2 days have gone by. You haven't said a word. You haven't let him know. Okay, he texts you again. Hey, are you free this week? I know you mentioned, last week that you were going to let me know, like, if you were free. I'm so sorry. I really forgot to let you know because my schedule is so hectic. But I should be free on Friday. Okay, so now you just reeled him back in because now he's thinking, whew, oh my gosh, okay, like she does want to see me again, so this is good. But you didn't say you were actually going to show up on Friday if he listened to your words. You just said you should be free on Friday.
Really?
Okay. So now this is like, he's wishing on a...
I think she's a scammer.
She's a scammer.
She's a scammer.
She must live in Atlanta.
She live out there with him. I think
she's bad too. She's a baddie.
I think she got some valid points. I definitely think a guy with a weaker mindset would fall for it, and I think she could connive some guys and have them thinking that she's interested or not interested. But I think that's kind of scamish. Like, we all grown at this point. Yeah, why are you doing all this? I gotta wait. I'm gonna feed you this. I may be free on Friday. Girl, if you're free on Friday, let me know.
Right. Now, but is there psychological benefits to what she's saying? Like, and so the thing is, like, alpha male strategies, he actually says to do the same thing, but it's the man that's doing it in order to kind of gain the upper hand. But he's also saying that because we are in 2019, we are kind of, as men are more disadvantaged in the dating game. Women are more privileged in the dating game. So in order to kind of flip the script, you got to make them wonder, right? Mm-hmm. So it's the same type of concept, but it's flipped.
But I would say men make women wonder more men definitely make women wonder more.
Yes.
You don't agree?
You got something to say?
I disagree with what you say. You guys have the advantage because the majority of us don't multi-date the way you guys do.
Step into the camera.
Oh.
The
Don't
majority of
multi-date?
them?
Yeah, so I feel like I didn't agree with what you said.
Okay.
I feel like you guys still have an advantage in the dating game because you guys, it's more acceptable for you guys to multi-date. For us, we don't. We usually just see one person, we like them, and we just date that one guy.
I agree. We are more advantageous in the dating game, but I would say that women. All right, I don't know. I had it, and I completely. I had a really good one.
Anakin, thank you. You just came in here and stopped my guess. Get out of here, Anakin.
What I was gonna say is like that women. I'm blank on that one.
Thanks, Anakin. I couldn't even save you. All right, let's just keep going.
Yeah.
I hope here that maybe you are going to go on a date with him on Friday or not. And whether you do or not, you know, that's completely fine. That's not going to mess anything up whether you decide to go or if you don't. And honestly, if you don't, I don't think it's necessarily going to make him lose interest. You can easily argue that he might. But again, if he does lose interest just that fast, he's not in it for the long haul really anyway, because this is how you get the guy. Like, if he can't even understand that you are legitimately busy, then why?
But you're not. That's the problem. You're not. So you're a liar. You're a scammer.
Yeah.
And listen, for me, I'm a legitimately busy dude. And I'm not trying to say that like I'm bragging or anything like that, but I'm legit busy. I make time for things that I really want to do, but I'm not going to say, yeah, let's try for Friday. And then I know damn well I'm gonna be busy on Friday. It's a waste of time. Like, why string someone along like that? Like, you know, be a man of your commitments, be a man of integrity. You know, if you make a promise, you know, follow through with that.
And I would say to a woman, if women are at a disadvantage in the dating game, why play this game? That would take you further away from succeeding with the guy that you're trying to possibly meet. So like,
She's thinking though.
You a scammer, like.
And let's be real. Most girls don't lead with this type of cold heart. They lead with emotion. So I would say that a lot of these women, if you're in this dating game, you're not leading with this scammer type of mindset that she might have.
So the looks, you gotta throw that out the window. I don't care if they're a 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, or an 11.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta throw all that out the window and just understand the game that we play in now. Like, it's just different. It's changed.
And if you're a high value male with a mindset of abundance, you're not gonna fall for it.
You're not gonna fall.
You're just not gonna fall for it.
Listen, if she's playing that game by the second time that it was a question, listen, at the first time that she says, "We'll see."
Yeah.
No, we won't.
No,
we won't see. Sorry. All right, we'll keep going.
Yeah.
Why should you give him any more of your time? Because what if you actually legitimately did have something planned and he just stopped talking to you because you couldn't meet him on Friday when you said you might be able to meet him on Friday? Yeah, no. You understand what I'm saying? You have to understand, to get the prize, which is you, okay, effort and consistency must be shown. These tests and these tricks that we're doing, men innately do. So yeah, it may seem like a little, effort has to be put in on your behalf to kind of maybe pretend like you're not as interested. But what do I always preach, angels? What do I always preach? Have a roster. Why are you devoting your time to Jason? And Jason is talking to Christina, Whitney, Brittany, Kiki. Do you love me? Are you riding? I had to. Anyway, you understand my point. He's doing his own thing. You gotta be doing your own thing. You will be much more at ease if you have other options. Do not pour all of your eggs into one basket. Do not. Tip number 4, create barriers. Okay? Canceling dates. Ooh, yes, I said it. Canceling dates is a form of creating barriers. Why? Even I said in one of my videos.
Was your emphatic face?
She's teaching women to cancel dates.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing that I hate more than having my time wasted. Wait, so you're telling me that I had this specific slot of my life planned for you, and you canceled on me? You can't let them rock you.
But how does that cancellation feel when they put it out towards you? Like, I need to reschedule from Thursday to next week. Sometimes, how does that make you feel?
Listen, so I think it's if it's the first or the second date, it just depends, like, based on what you know of her. Also, too, like, what I like to get a lot of time too is their social media. Like, I'll try to get their Instagram tag before I make, you know, whatever coffee date investment, you know, even the $5-10 that I would have spent on her. You know what I mean? Like, I try to at least see, like, what is she about, right? It may not tell the whole thing, but at least you can see, you know, and you could look at a profile and see the difference between someone that's, you know, taking all these selfies in the mirrors and this, and someone who's like about their purpose, right? So you can gauge from that their availability. Now, if she just chooses to or at least I feel like if she's a bathroom mirror selfie taking type of chick, like her profile is nothing but just photos of herself, no friends. You don't see any girlfriends in her photos.
So social media plays a big role into being able to give that perception of how available someone may be.
Yeah, well, it's a huge role. It plays a huge role in what type of human being that they are, because you're seeing how they portray themselves. Yeah. It's their brand, and if their brand is
and how they want to put
photos,
themselves out there.
Yeah, if it's only them, no friends, and then they cancel on you like that, she's playing a game. So wait, did I answer your question? Your question was
no. I think it's good though, because you brought social media into it, and you can tell that social media can be one of those tools you go to see if a girl is playing games or not.
Absolutely.
You can see the type of the interaction she gets, the engagement that she gets, and then be like, you know what? I'm probably on a roster, so she probably does play games, so maybe I should put my barrier up. Just say, you know what? I'm just take this on loan for the ride.
Yeah, absolutely. But at the same time, if she does cancel, don't get hurt, don't get butt hurt. You know, what I would do is put it in her coat. That's fine. Yeah. You know, we could do it some other week.
Tally.
Next week, Thursday, I'm available.
Mental note.
And just,
I remember that.
And just go up on, you know, and don't think about it. Don't count the, you know, you got a marker on your calendar, Xing off the days until the next time that you can see her again. Yeah. Like, it don't matter, because you that entire time, you were doing things in your life to excel, to get to that next level. Like, so it doesn't matter.
Oh yeah, if you were alpha female, we're alpha male. I mean, we're gonna just put it as a tally though that you did, you know, cancel on my time.
It's a mental note. Yeah, absolutely.
Videos before, I don't know if it was the last that I made. You don't want to always appear so available. Don't always be so easily accessible. It's not going to make him lose interest if you're unavailable. It's going to actually make him want to see you more, because he wanted to see you and he couldn't. And it's like, dang, I gotta see her again. You understand how that works? You know, it really is true. The absence does make the heart grow fonder, right? Especially when you did tips 1 and 2. You look good, you smell good. Oh my God, all he's doing is thinking, oh my gosh, like, she's so beautiful. She's so well dressed. She's so, you know, intelligent. Oh, she smells amazing. I have to see this woman again. She was such a mystery. You were so charming, you know? And I believe also a part of seducing is facial expressions, body language. So I know for me, when I talk, yes, as you can see, I talk a lot with my hands. I talk a lot with my eyes. And this is something that is just naturally me. I've always been very expressive with my hands, my facial expressions, my eyes. It's just how I am. And I remember one time I was seeing this guy and I said to him, how would you describe me? And he said, you were very charming. And I couldn't understand when he said that to me. I was like, charming, like what? But I think he was saying that I am very like seducing and it's charming. My charisma, how I am, it just like.
Yo, those super charmers.
Yeah, there's some super charmers.
There's some super charmers out there. I don't know if you have any thoughts on it. You know what I mean? But oftentimes, I feel like the over charm is a red flag as well.
It can be the way that you perceive it too, because you may be completely underneath her ham at that point where that seduction and that charm, it might be the attention that you're looking for.
Oh, that's
so at that point where it is the super charmer, it could be a red flag, but if you don't see the flag on the play and it's completely the seduction that you were looking for, you completely are underneath, whatever trance she has you in. No, and we've all fallen for that.
Yeah, we definitely have. So what your point is like, don't be so fast to mistake a good conversation and a good first interaction with her ability, because some people get off on their ability to move somebody. Like legit, like
charisma,
right?
Yeah.
Like there's some people that legit, like an example, like, and I know it's a dude, so maybe it doesn't really come, like Will Smith. I feel like Will Smith has the perfect personality to be a movie star. You could tell legit he gets a high off of charming people, and it's just, and he's good at it. And he's and he's a movie star in part because
he's
of
an
how
entertainer.
good he is.
Yeah,
he's an entertainer.
Do it all, yeah.
So he's just, you know what I mean. But you got to be very, very wary of over charmers if you recognize that.
Reels them in. But of course you can reel them in, but we got to keep them if that's what you want. Back to creating barriers, like I said, canceling dates, like I mentioned before, is a form of creating a barrier because you don't want to be easily accessible. Not allowing him to call you babe that fast. We've been dating for all of 2 weeks or a month. The fact that he feels like he doesn't have that access to just call you babe, because 99% of the rest of the world is easily letting the people that they're seeing do it. Not even that it's a really big issue. This is just something that's circumstantial. If this is something that you choose as a barrier, then that's fine. If it's not really that big of a deal if you do let him call you babe or not. It's really not that big of a deal. But it's just a form of a barrier. It's like another rule that I have to abide by. This is interesting. I'm not used to this. I want to know more. Yeah. When little terms, just like calling you babe, happen, it kind of makes a guy feel like he kind of already has you in his head. But of course, if you were to push for that, commitment right away prematurely, he would, of course, back away and say, what? Just because I call you babe doesn't mean you're my babe. But in his head, it's like a blanket term for check, got that, in a way.
You think that's true?
I think yeah and no. I think yeah and no. Sometimes guys, when they see those little trigger words like that, they're like, oh, I got her. I'm good. Like, I'm in there. But then at the same time, though, if you have no intent of her wanting to be your bae and she calls you that may completely turn you off. I know it would completely, whoa.
Like if she calls it to you premature, like it might lose you.
Yeah, it'll be losing me. Like, whoa, how I get to bae?
How did we get there?
What made you send bae today?
Right,
you know
right.
I mean?
We didn't have a conversation about this. You know what I mean? It was
definitely if I hadn't put that energy out there that you were bae.
That's very true. That's a good way to make a dude kind of run off, is to prematurely create a pet name. Yeah, no, that's okay. I can see what she's saying.
The key to creating barriers is to not make him comfortable thinking that he already has you. No, just when he thinks he discovered you or he's getting a grip, he doesn't. And that's a part of sending those mixing and confusing sort of signals. You show interest, you pull away. When you do this, when you flip the roles, because normally it's us on the other side experiencing this, you reel him in. And again, this is all tests to see if he really genuinely likes you. And yeah, you can argue, I don't want to go through.
I think she prefaced this all with saying, men like to hunt. So I get it. I think all of what she's saying makes sense, is if the dude keeps on pursuing to a degree. I guess if you don't value yourself the way that you should, maybe you'll keep on reaching out and putting yourself out there. I mean, and there's some dudes who don't care to be rejected. There's some dudes who don't care about, she was busy this day, but she's busy last 2 weeks, but like Friday, that's it's gonna work. But then there's dudes who are focused on being the best version of themselves. There's dudes that want to create things as opposed to just consume entertainment. Like, and they're busy throughout their day with that, so they don't have time to deal with this. And in fact, a dude like that, one who's really about himself, really about his purpose and improving himself, are not going to deal with this, in my opinion.
So, and I also feel as though, like, I respect her perspective, but I also feel like her perspective isn't as realistic as she would want it to be. Most of the time, the girls are always complaining about how bad guys are in the dating world because they are led on in those games that guys usually play. So, being in this type of mindset that she has, most girls don't lead with that intent, and most of the time they're emotionally attached with the type of dating that they're doing, because like she said, girls usually only like one guy and like, you know what, this could be the guy that I ended up being with on the long term. They don't lead with the intent that she has. She has that scammer mindset that's gonna only get you, a couple rooms, a couple dinners and whatnot. But I realistically don't believe that women lead with this intent, because usually it's us that, to be real, that have this type of lead on game based off of the intent that we want out of that person. Like, we already know off the beginning if we're gonna be with her for the long haul, if we're just trying to hit, or if we're literally just trying to, just get to know her just a little bit more.
Right. No, I mean, that's key. That's key. I think once you get two people that are trying to play the game, like, I don't know, it's just too much. Like, you go get a hobby.
Get a hobby.
Go get a hobby. Do something with your time a little bit more constructive and getting yourself up in the game. You know what I'm saying? Because you can come across a man-eater like this one.
You come a man-eater, yeah. And she's a man-eater, and I definitely think she is. Like, she's a cold-hearted man-eater. Yeah. But I mean, if you are in that trance and you want to fall for that type of girl, then I think it could happen to any of us. But I think you got to see the red flags.
You got to see the red flags. Collect them data points and then move forward. But listen, I know we're only 15 minutes in this video, but I feel like we got our point across.
For sure.
Sir Kyle, I appreciate your time, bro.
My guy.
Appreciate it. We got to do this again, man.
Sure. Definitely got to slide in here a little bit more.
Absolutely. I need
some good lens. I'm in here. The camera's looking good.
It's fresh.
We got to definitely come in and give us some reactions on some more videos.
Absolutely, man. Well, listen, I appreciate your time. I'm sure they do as well. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, leave it down in the description box below. Is there any other YouTubers that we should react to and give our perspective on? Let us know. We're here for it. All right? Till next time, y'all. Peace.